legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
Hey, watch the lane.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete. Stills. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox play. Hey, Orbit, let's go.
Looking to throw. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their #1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
Protein spill.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the safety creep.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, watch the slam.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready?
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Hey, exit.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
They'll look to run with Henderson. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carry for Darius Geis, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Yes.
Me. I got this. 55.
Five.
Double dog. That's the way.
He'll look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Davis now to return it. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
51, Mike 51. I got it.
Throwing, Mayfield. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Regular. King. Hey, high 7.
From the 36, Mayfield got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Tight dog.
This is Geis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Raider first down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders nothing.
Check 56.
Watch the run.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Mike 56, right there, 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Alert!
50 seconds,
From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
20. Check 56.
King.
Kill. Turn it up.
What's that?
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And that'll set them back 5. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the fall.
I got you, son.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out the just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Elsewhere on the NFL scoreboard in Dallas, and it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
57 Mike. Mike 57. Yeah. We don't want to know.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield trying to lay one up deep, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
57 to Mike. 57.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 times. Hey.
Shotgun handoff now to Geis. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Myers able to knock it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Okay, ready?
55. Check. 55. Mike. Here we go.
Hey, Charlie.
55.
Yep.
55. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
X3. 218. Chopper.
55 is Mike, guys. 55.
On the snap.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Raiders have got him. The sack by Jordan Willis. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Bound to lose one.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
They'll drop the throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Regular. Hey, Echo.
I'm coming after you.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
King.
To throw, Mayfield. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, alert.
Out of the gun, Geis. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Mayfield now from the 50. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Mayfield, he's going to air one out. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. In for the score. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This will be taken in at the 1. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Henderson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike's 50.
He'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Henderson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Alert, 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 alert.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pistol, pistol, pistol.
Smooth. Oh, yeah, Clark. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now Mayfield.
You ain't going nowhere.
And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Get that ball.
Run, run, run.
57. Mike, 57. Now, watch one, watch one.
Watch, watch.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
That's it.
180.
Right there, 56.
Here's Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Good. 180.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Watch, watch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First down. 1st and 10.
Set.
40-yard line.
Check 55. Mike. All day. All day.
Hey, Alpha.
Any day.
Defense. Defense.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ready,
So
ready.
2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Get it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He'll look to throw, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Greystone, travel.
He's coming, he's coming.
Hey, seam 6. Hit it.
Here's 2nd and 8. He completes it to Evans. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
55.
Now back to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Hey, on 133. Hey, exit.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll find Hall. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Check 3, check 3.
Ready?
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Go.
Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of
Hey.
time. Let's get off the field.
Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike, let's go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's the Colts who have the lead there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Balaj. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
58, wahoo!
51, Mike 51. I'm coming.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 4. It's complete. Stills. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop.
You better.
Hey, Foxtrot.
You better be a
Mike, get it.
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Keep playing all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey.
55.
You don't know no better. Snap.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
You go tight. You go
22 jet bomber. Bravo.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. I don't think you got it.
He's back to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
First down, 60 all. Coming for you, say, echo. 55 mark. Clear.
On first down, it's Henderson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
General West. Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
They'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They'll try and throw for it, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored again. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. That ball complete to Isabella. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Just like that.
Up, 57,
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Mayfield to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and
10. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
King. Hey, Delta.
Mike 51.
One twist.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. after the delay of game. They're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Back to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Double time, double time. We got 4.
Mayfield. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Got it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Oakland, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.